Hey guys, we're going live right now for Queen Sugar episode 5 by any chance. So make sure you stay tuned to hear what your chances are of surviving this.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
I'm going down, baby. No street in a Range Rover.
Young Jessica. I mean, this isn't Young Jessica. Remember that day? That was cool.
I can't dance.
I can. So.
Okay, we had to throw some money over Nelly, some love to him. You know, he's going through some stuff right now. So
Hard out here.
Nelly, we're with you. You're in our thoughts and prayers. Peace out. Love you. Hey everyone, I'm Tiona Hobson. Thank you so much for joining us tonight for Queen Sugar here on AFTERBUZZ TV. I've got two amazing co-hosts, and I'm gonna let them say their own names
Where
tonight.
are they?
What?
Where? Oh yeah.
I mean, one of them is right here.
That's okay.
I was talking about you.
I know, right? I'm Ryann Graham. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today.
And I'm Omari Bailey. You can follow me on Twitter and IG at OnWithOmari. And we're live tweeting tonight, so make sure you're keeping up, posting, tweeting at us. We love interacting with the AfterBuzzers. You guys are amazing. I got a few comments for some of our followers also, but I'll get into that later.
Cool.
They somewhat try to call me out, but it's cool.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
What'd you do?
Well, I'm going to do it tonight.
Oh,
You'll see.
okay.
Is that a warning? Is that a threat?
Shots
I
fired.
know, right?
Going down, baby.
Oh, my God. I'm scared.
All right, so let's dive into tonight's
Yes.
episode. I think the biggest surprise
Are
of
we
the
going
night, we're going, well, I thought
Right
it was
to it?
Hollywood.
Yeah, no, I'm saying I'm into
we're
it. We're
starting straight
diving
with
into
Hollywood.
it. Okay.
We
Wow.
in Hollywood. We talking
We
about
are Hollywood.
Hollywood.
That's
Like,
true.
it's all Hollywood
Apropos.
right now.
Okay.
Yes. So Hollywood has a wife.
Wow.
He's separated. He is separated. So,
be clear.
you know, to be clear, he is not with this woman. It's not like he's running off. But does Vi know that she
That's the
exists?
question.
That-
Clearly
That's the
not.
question.
How could she? Because like there was multiple times when he called, he was hiding it. Because when he was talking in the hospital, he was like, "Oh no, yeah, I'm getting on the road." So he's clearly covering it up. So there's no way she knows.
Here's the thing.
No
I was
way.
going to give him a pass for being separated, but the fact that Vi doesn't know about it, like I was going to be, Hollywood is a dog, basically. But the fact that they're separated and they've been separated, he's just trying to take care of her for health reasons, is kind of why I want to give him a pass. Even though Vi doesn't know about it, or maybe she does. We do.
Yeah, it's like
there's
we
no
don't really.
way.
No,
I
for
mean,
sure.
in the past, he could have told her, "Yeah, I was married before," and that could have just been that. So maybe she does
Right.
know that he
Was
was
married.
married. Maybe doesn't know. We definitely know she doesn't know that he is with her right
At the
now.
moment.
She thinks that he is in his rig
And
driving.
He said a couple times, like, it's just that on paper. Like, I feel like they mentioned that on purpose. Like, it's on paper. It's on
Right,
paper.
but the
It's
thing
not
is that
real.
you can be legally separated, so that like regardless of what no, I'm saying like this.
Sorry,
Legal,
I'm trying to-
I understand what you're saying. Like I get that technically he's like, oh, it's what's on paper, but like you can also legally be separated without being married, and
Right.
that clearly is not the situation. So I understand if they are separated, but they have not taken the legal steps, and I understand why. I mean, he's doing it for insurance, so that's what he says. But I'm just like,
And
I
his
don't.
wife is-
Does she think that? Because that's what he said, but the way she was acting,
The wife?
I don't know.
Or
Right,
Vi?
the wife.
Well, she's
Leanne.
crazy.
Well,
Sorry,
She's
that's not
bipolar.
nice.
bipolar.
She's
Yeah.
She's got bipolar disorder.
It's a good song.
Yeah, it's a really good
Is that a
song.
real song?
It is.
Yeah.
It's
Lady Gaga?
no, it's
Martina
Marlene. It's we'll look it up and
Meghan
get back to
Trainor?
you. No, it's not.
No,
It's not
not
Meghan
that
Trainor.
one?
That's
Oh.
not who it is. It's something Martinez. I
Oh,
forget
so
her
it's
first
new.
name. Sort of.
Newer.
This year.
Kesha?
Nope, definitely
Nope.
not Kesha.
All right. Anyway.
Anyway, sorry. I'll try.
So she's got bipolar, and so she needs the health insurance. So that's
Right.
why they're still technically married. And I understand. I think it's a great thing that he's doing. He does say that he does still care for her, but you know, it's not like that anymore. He's got this new woman in his life and
Right.
everything. And I appreciate a man who will do this for someone he cares about. What I don't appreciate is the lying
Dishonesty.
and
Yeah.
the dishonesty. And I
Right.
don't even want to call it lying because I'm technically Vi probably has never said, "Hey, do you have a
wife?
separated wife who maybe has a
Just on
bipolar
paper.
disorder?" And
never came up.
And
Didn't
like,
ask.
you didn't ask, he didn't tell.
Don't ask,
so
don't tell.
I can respect that. So it's just the dishonesty of.
Well, if you're not like being, if given the whole truth, you're like pretty much
You're lying by
That's what
omission.
most people say, right?
Yeah,
you gotta
lying
be
by
upfront
omission.
about exactly.
But I mean, she drops another bomb when she's, you know, kind of attacking him in the bedroom, trying to get it
Yeah.
on, where she says, "I want to make another baby," and we know that Vi has talked to Hollywood about, hey, if you want kids, you know, maybe we should
Time's
stop this,
ticking.
and you need to go and explore other avenues. And it sounds like she was maybe pregnant before and maybe lost the baby.
Miscarriage, maybe?
Yeah. It
wasn't
miscarriage or
clear.
something. And that's something that Vi does not know about, because for Vi to bring that up to him
If he
in
wanted
such a,
to, right.
you know, way.
And the fact that when she said it, he didn't react at all in the previous episode, that's
Yeah.
very interesting. So I'm
And then I
curious-
guess. Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay, good.
Do you think that the baby is alive? Do you think it exists and is like somewhere else? Do we know? I mean, we don't know.
We don't
but
know. I'm gonna
what do you
say
think?
probably. I'm gonna go with miscarriage or maybe even accident.
Yeah,
maybe
I'm
something.
gonna go with miscarriage, or when the child was young, maybe there was some sort of accident.
Right.
And I'm not trying to blame it on Leanne, but maybe something happened
She was
there, and that's why
She's so
he
crazy.
really has distanced himself, and that's why he has the full closure. Because if she's sick and something happened while she was alone with the child, then I could see,
Yeah,
you
him
know,
having
him
some-
having some,
take a few steps back.
yeah, taking a few steps back.
Also,
and stuff.
shout out Maxine Shaw.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's not
wow.
her. That's not her real name. But
Yeah.
y'all remember Living
Living
Sing?
Living
Hey.
single. Sorry, y'all had to hear me sing.
Okay, but the actress who
We-
played
we all went
Maxine,
there,
I think her
too.
name's Erica something.
Yes.
She's a actress playing Leanne tonight, so it's great to see her back on screen again. She looked great.
She does look good.
amazing.
And also, speaking of her looks, like her and Vi look so similar in this. And so obviously Hollywood has a type.
type.
And so it's like, oh, okay. So I don't know. It's just, that's also interesting to think. Is this a pattern? Does he have a pattern of dating like a certain type of woman? What does it say about Vi? Like, you know what I mean? I mean, I
Yeah.
don't think it says really anything, but you never know. What if Vi has some,
And when
stuff
did
going on?
the bipolar surface? Because is this a lifelong condition? Is this something that is brought about by stress? I'm not that familiar with
Yeah,
the
I mean,
mental disorder,
She
but
was on suicide watch,
Right.
so you know what happened there. How long has she been living on her own like this and not
how
taking?
long have they been separated?
Yeah,
A lot of questions.
a lot of questions
Lot of
there.
questions.
Hollywood.
I know.
You was my boy. You were the one with the least drama. You were just there as like the fun uncle
Yeah.
who kept everything lighthearted and great.
Right.
And then you got to go pull this on me, Hollywood. How
But
could you
see,
do that to us?
it's almost better though, because in the previews it made it look like he was cheating on Vi.
Did.
But this is a little bit more,
A little
less
more acceptable?
doggish, I guess.
Yeah.
He's trying to take care of a sick wife, even though he's lying still.
What
but
would
But I don't know. I still don't trust that other waitress girl.
oh,
She's still thirsty
Marquita,
for him.
what is her name? Roberta.
Roberta was her name.
Roberta,
That's
yeah,
true.
she,
Back to work,
she's
Roberta.
still thirsty for him.
She wasn't
so.
at work today. Where
She
is
wasn't.
At the High Yellow.
The high, yeah, which was
We
called
gonna
High
talk.
Yellow.
We gonna talk about that, y'all. We gonna.
What?
How did we not know
That- yeah.
that was the name of the
Yellow.
diner?
This is episode 5.
How did we not know?
Did we miss that?
That it
somewhere?
was called the High
High
Yellow
Yellow.
Diner.
With the High Yellow
As
manager.
soon as I heard that, I was like, "What? What? Where did this come from?"
It would be called that.
Excuse me?
Well,
It would be called that. That is why.
I mean, I don't know. I
Is it
don't
like
know.
I don't even know where to start with that.
But before we do that, do you
Yes.
guys think what would you do if someone you were dating,
Mm-hmm.
you found out that they were married or separated? How would you handle that situation? You're Vi, and I'm assuming that this is bound to come out because most secrets do. What do you do?
I'm gonna blow up.
Well, all the way up. Just you're not
I'm
even
blow
gonna listen
all
or
the way up
Oh.
before I start listening, because this is something that I feel should have been
Before I
told to
start
me.
Date one.
Before I start
Yeah.
listening,
Yes.
I'm already going to go
Explain.
there, and then I will calm down a little bit, and then you will have your moment to explain to me, and then I still will be like, okay, but we've been together years, years. We've been
Right.
like this.
And
We've been
Yeah.
tight. Like, you live with me, and this never came up. How could you keep this
With
from
my
me?
family?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
At
with
my
my family.
brother's funeral?
Right,
You taking care of my
I
grand-
made you
like,
iced tea.
Whoa. He can't have no more iced tea.
He can't
So
have
he can't
that. He
even
can't have
come
no
in.
Kool-Aid. He can't. I
No
cooked for
coffee?
you. I cooked for you.
So you're done. Done? Ending it or just?
I didn't say done.
Okay, wondering.
I said I'm
She
gonna
was
blow up.
All right, Omari, what'd you do?
Well, I'm a little more level-headed, I think.
I'm crazy.
I'm gonna
shade,
listen
the
to
shade.
let her lay out her points. Like, what's going on? Are you separated? What's wrong in your marriage? Do you have kids? Why did you feel the need to keep
He
this
lying.
from me?
He ain't that cool.
I'm very cool.
He ain't that
Super
cool.
chill, laid back. You know?
No,
Interesting.
Do you not see the denim? Like, I'm just like,
Yeah, super chill.
whatever.
Yeah, like you look like you haven't showered in 3 days. You're such a hippie.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I get it.
Right, it's like boho shit.
It's like
Boho
boho
chic.
chic.
Yeah.
But you
Good.
actually shower 3 times a day.
Moisturized, got my mask and everything. Yeah, I mean, I would clearly be upset, obviously, and the relationship would definitely be over. But I would probably,
Immediately.
Immediately, yeah. I would listen, but I'm not the yelling type, so I would just hear out her points and then just be like,
Interesting.
well, it was fun. I'm hurt. I might go cry. Maybe not. We'll see. Depends
Maybe
how,
not.
Depends how good it was. If tears are going to be
Well,
Awesome point.
according to
depends.
Vi,
It's
it's
real
real good.
shed.
Oh,
Real
God.
good. Real big. Real
Real
good.
big. He know what he doing.
Super awkward moment
Let's
for
let's
her
go into it. We can
nieces.
segue into
We
Vi
can
now.
segue
Let's go
into
to Vi.
that
That was a funny moment, though.
conversation. I thought it was a great conversation
I bet you
because
did. I bet you did.
I was so uncomfortable.
because it made me feel slightly uncomfortable because I have been in family situations when someone just says one thing and you're kind of like, did you mean to say that? Do you know what you're saying right now? This is too much
you know the
information.
company you're around?
Auntie, like the single auntie who just like free
Right.
for all. And then I realized that, that's probably going to be me someday.
You are
Sitting around, I
Aunt
was like, I'm going to be sitting around like the single auntie with all like the nieces and everyone around me. And
Why are you
I'm going to be
putting
the
that on
one with a
yourself?
glass of wine just like drunk spilling all the secrets.
God.
That's
all
going to
the
be
tea.
me. All the tea will come out, so.
That whole conversation was just a whole nother level for me. I was
Sad
like,
yet hilarious.
I literally was like, I felt like a little kid listening to the worst conversation. Like, I just was like,
Uncomfortable, right?
I wanted to take off my headphones. I was like, I can't listen to this. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Because, like, I have this weird thing where, like, I don't like to think about other people's sex lives. Like, I'm like, I don't want to know. It doesn't happen as far as I'm concerned.
I just started talking about like sexual things with like my parents and like aunts and uncles and
What
stuff.
you talking about?
Well, they'll like making like jokes or
Oh, okay.
them asking me about like situations. Like
Interesting.
and I'm 26. Like we just started like sort of talking about sex, and so I'm very prudish and awkward with that way with like older family members. So for me, hearing that, it was super uncomfortable. Also, I would probably never bring out a J to smoke with my aunts.
yeah,
either.
how fun, though. How fun for
was
them
that,
to sit around.
though?
It was cool. I wish I could do that. Maybe I will. If they come out and visit.
They come to
A
LA.
little special treat.
No, I'm with you though, because I'm very prudish around my family. Even when I was, a preteen, and they tried to give me the sex talk, covered my ears.
No,
started
we're not
screaming. I was like,
talking about
no. Like, you can't talk to me about any of this. Still super awkward if my dad like does anything around my mom. If they kiss for a second too long, I'm like, ew, guys, come on, calm down.
gross.
My mom likes to tell the story that I went to a very private Christian school, and
Nice.
they always covered my eyes right before the sex scenes would
scenes.
start. So I thought that what I was seeing was already the beginning of sex. So one day at school, my very private conservative Christian school,
Good.
I announced to the class that I see my parents having sex all the time.
Wow.
And my mom was like, Tiona, what do you think sex is?
Wow.
I was like, well, you guys are always kissing.
That's
and I
sex.
thought that was
100%.
sex. So,
Yep.
I mean, it can be better than sex sometimes, right? Kissing's like intimate. Like, oh no, that's just me? No, okay.
I'm
I
just-
said that.
I'm trying to play that out in my head.
Nope. I
No.
can understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's like passionate,
Sometimes you just want to be a teenager and make out, do some heavy petting,
heavy petting.
some over the pants stuff.
Oh,
Grinding.
TPHJ.
just
Okay,
rubbing
we
jeans.
got
okay.
off on a whole other note.
Queen Sugar was great tonight.
So,
yeah.
but back to Vi too, because she's dealing with a lot. She's trying to get in contact with Hollywood. She's got this new manager at work, Vance,
Who's an a-hole?
who is very much an a-ho.
He's trying too hard.
A-ho?
A-hole.
A-ho.
Hey-ho.
I-ho. Yes, Vance is like one of those micromanaging managers. He's all up in her grill. He's like trying to make things like perfect. And it's like, he seems like the type of guy, he says it's his uncle's restaurant. So we know that. So he seems like the type who's never actually been a server and then is trying to come in and say, this is how you should be a server. And it's like, dude, you have
Here are your
no...
Greek
yeah,
scripts.
and it's like, you don't know what it's like. My
If
customers
we're
know me.
robots, then no one's gonna tip us. Like, you have to be
Right.
personal and find a way to connect with each
You find your own
person.
flow,
Yeah.
your own,
It's like, and
rhythm.
no person is no tables are gonna all be the same. You have to find, different things
Right.
of joking and
Well-
camaraderie.
And then we also see while she's at the restaurant that her friends, some of her high school,
Yeah.
some old acquaintances is what it looks like.
Marquina.
Marquina Pearl.
Marquina.
I
And
loved
Pearl.
it. I loved it. Wow,
So
great
bad.
name. No, I love the names.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, because that sounds like a great little
Mm-hmm.
group of women to hang out with. But so we see Vi dealing with their success, and not that she's not successful, but like comparative, like maybe societal success.
A
lawyer. She
She like ran a company.
and then it was like, and then she even she thought Vi owned High Yellow, and then it was like, oh no, and then having to deal with that, like I kind of
Just
Yeah.
a waitress.
and it's just like that sucks to be in that spot.
Do you guys think that she's actually done working there? Because she quit.
Oh yeah.
Do you think she's done, or is she gonna be back?
I mean, I don't know. Obviously, I think.
Well, Hollywood's not working, so somebody's got to. I'm just saying, Hollywood's clearly not out doing his job, so someone's got to be paying
She's
the
not done
bills.
working. I don't know if she's gonna go back there, but she's got to get back to work somewhere. So we'll see where that ends up being. If she needs to have a sit down with Vance or his uncle and like set him straight. But I think we'll see her back in the restaurant.
No, part of me feels like she's gonna do her own thing. I think that her talking to her friends was important. I feel like they wouldn't have just thrown that in for the sake of saying, "Oh, let's compare your lives." I feel like
Look, we're
that's
Black Girl
gonna
Magic.
Yeah. Oh yes, I love that they
that.
brought up Black Girl
Shout
Magic.
out.
Loved that because that's one of my favorite hashtags. I like to just go on Twitter and just see all the cool things that Black women do because Black women are freaking awesome. Like, I don't know. My mom's one of my favorite people on the planet. Shout out to you, Mom. And she always has that Black girl magic. So when I see other Black girls shine, I'm like, yes, that is
Get
so
your
cool.
shine.
Is that weird? I love
Collective awe just went over everyone
I
who's
know, I
listening's
do.
hearts, and
Love
now
that.
everyone knows you're a mama's boy.
Oh, there we go.
There it is.
Perfect.
That's not bad.
But no, yeah. So I think that her having that conversation with her friends is important, and I think that is going to spark Vi into doing something different. Even if it's owning her own restaurant, whatever it is, I think Vi is going to do something great.
I do too. Someone else who needs to do something different is Ralph Angel, because I don't know what's
kid.
going on with that kid, but
Here's my thing.
It's a
This
lot.
is where the YouTube, Twitter folks were.
oh,
Omari, why are you and Ryan so hard on Ralph
yeah.
Angel? Because this Negro is stupid. This is why we are hard on Ralph. He keeps
He's
messing up over and over. More opportunities, more chances. You got a job, you got the farm, you got everything you can need. Oh, let me just steal these products and try and make some.
What?
Are you kidding me? Are you seriously kidding me? This is why I'm hard on Ralph Angel, because he's a knucklehead.
but
He's
to
like,
his defense, his boss was a thief first, and
His-
is shorting them all
two
on their
wrongs don't make a
paycheck.
right. You've
That
been
is
in
true.
jail, bro.
Actually,
like
two
you don't.
negatives do make a positive
Okay,
in math.
all right,
so.
all right, well.
That's mathematically.
It's
Then
math-
Ralph Angel, you
Mathematically.
keep doing it. Just keep being negative, Ralph Angel. We'll see if you get any
But the
positive
thing is,
outcomes.
even if it was like, if this was like the first time that this guy brought something to him, his work friend, who I can't remember his name right now, but his work friend, this is the second time he's tried to bring him into something. The first time clearly didn't work out. So I don't know what made him think, oh, okay, now you're trying to get me to do actual illegal activity.
Exactly.
Let me just jump in on this. That makes no sense. So like, I get that. I mean, that is why I don't want to be hard on Ralph either, but I agree.
he has
I feel
poor
like
judgment. He needs
terrible
to
judgment.
be. People need to be hard on him because people have been soft on him. That's
whole
why
life.
he keeps effing up. That's why. And I
feel-
appreciate all the comments. Like, we can feel free to disagree. Love him. Keep him coming. But I'm just saying this is why I've been hard on him, because he's a dumb nigga.
Wow. Wow. You took it there. I'm just saying, I do think that Ralph needs to make better decisions. And I'm just still trying to figure out when this is all going to catch up, because there have been almost every episode I feel like he does something illegal.
Right.
And
I feel
it's
like he has done something wrong every episode.
Every episode, not wrong, illegal. Not just like, oh, Ralph, you shouldn't have done that. Like, literally things that are, you shouldn't have a gun when you're on parole. You shouldn't be pulling it out on people. Shouldn't be robbing. No, I'm just saying, you shouldn't be robbing convenience
things
stores.
most people
It's like every
understand.
episode he's doing something new. And not just like, oh, that's a bad decision. Like, you were literally breaking your parole. So it's like, this is going to all come back to bite you in the ass. In part, well, we can get into predictions later.
Yeah.
But I have an idea about when and where this is all
And
gonna
like,
come
we
back into
all
play.
are rooting for Ralph Angel. Let's like, I'll
Yeah.
be clear. Like, we
Yes.
all like his character. He's a sweet soul underneath all of the dumb shit he does. But he's just
a little naive still, and he's trying to do the best for his family. His sisters are both very successful, have their own money. He's trying to make his own way and prove, not just to his sisters, but to himself, that he can do this. He's been through so much, and he's just trying to, every road he tries to go down, he tried to do the right thing and get a job and work hard, and then his boss is shorting him. Everywhere he goes, he keeps getting that.
Something's
It's like what the
stopping
ladies at the diner were saying. The door's getting shut front ways, sideways, back ways, in his face. So I can see that's how a man gets so desperate that that's how they end up in this life of crime.
And I feel like that this is like a great, I don't know if allegory is the right word, but that's what I'm going to use, for the way Black men are treated in life. Like, it's like sometimes it doesn't matter how hard you try. Like, it's like one of those things where like when people are like, oh, why doesn't he just get a job? Why doesn't? And it's like, this is showing you, because sometimes when you're a black man, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have a job. It doesn't matter if you're trying to get your life back together. You are still gonna be that criminal, that black man. And it's like, it's hard. It is hard. And it's like, I think this is a great example of showing that it's like sometimes your circumstances are beyond your control and you're trapped. And I feel like a lot of people don't get that. They're just like, oh, why? Like, I have a friend from college who we get into arguments all the time. And he's like, well, if people just... And I'm like, dude, you don't understand the black experience. And I love you to death, but, like, you really don't get it. And it's like you don't understand how sometimes it doesn't matter. You're still that black.
That sort of relates to what Nova was saying.
Right. I was going to say, Nova over here, you know, it's kind of like her article. That's basically what she's saying, except in her specific example, it's, you know, these black kids are getting put away for years over small little, you know, minor infractions.
Right? I'm saying, because I was in a white fraternity and all them, they all was smoking weed. So I'm like, and not one of the...
Wait, you were in a white fraternity?
I was.
How did that?
Can't you tell? Oh, okay.
Well,
No, I mean, I love my fraternity. I love my fraternity brothers. But what I'm saying is that, like, I every other day I had to try to explain to them, like, some of the things you guys are doing, that's white privilege. And, like, you don't get it because you can get away with that and daddy and mommy will take care of it. And, like, I'm not... there was several times when I was like, I'm not getting involved with that because I know my place.
And that's what she's trying to explain to Calvin.
Yeah.
And he's, you know, not getting it, but he is, you know, he's from the cop family. He's got a brother-in-law, a sister, like, all of his family are cops. And I love that she threw back at him, like, that's the same prayer that black mothers and fathers say every day before sending their sons out into the world.
Just make it home.
Just into the world. They get no days off.
No, none.
As a cop, you get at least one day off.
And that's a life you choose.
Yeah.
Like, we are born into
this way.
This life of being black in America, which is why I thought that line that Nova said was so powerful when she was talking about Too Sweet, saying, do you know any white kids with a nickname Too Sweet? He has that name because it's so hard for the soul to make it through in one piece for a black man. And so he's too sweet because he's just made it through, like, this experience, and here he is still in jail because of the systematic injustices that we have in this country. So I love how the show is really the parallel between the show and what's going on right now with police. I think it's just the timing is
spot on.
Crazy timing. It's been going on.
It's been going on for a long time. It's just, you know, it's back at one of those moments where we have the highs and lows of it, and we had been going through a little bit of a lower time, and right now we're back up to
3 shootings in like a week. Like, it's crazy.
And then, well, one of the other things, and I think this was an interesting note, and I mean, Calvin kind of had a point here because he was like, but you were selling. So it's because when she was talking to the guy at the door selling weed for Red is his name. Yeah. And she was like, oh, wait, he had one of your joints that weed came from you. He goes, duh, Nova. He said it's so
like, you selling to all the drug guys in the city. They're coming to you for the best stuff.
I hear that point, but I feel that's kind of like when people say, well, black people should stop killing each other. I feel like that's sort of the same argument.
But the thing is,
she's selling, like, it's a different problem. Police injustice is different than her selling weed.
I agree with you that it is a different problem, but a different problem does not mean it's not a problem. That's what I'm saying. So it still is a problem.
And it's a different problem, but she's still part of this problem. She is part of the reason why Too Sweet ended up in jail in the first place. If you go through the chain of succession and all the links, it started with her. And I'm not saying that Red wouldn't have got the weed from someone else if she wasn't selling, because he would have. But then to really put in perspective for her of, okay, I'm writing these articles, doing a series exposing in the New Orleans PD right now. But then to the reality check, hey, I'm holding up the mirror to you right now. You say you want to help and not be a part of the problem. You are the main part.
Right.
And even if she removes herself, it might not remove the problem, but at least you're not part of it anymore, so you can sleep better at night.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can, by being a black person, you should be doing any and everything you can do to protect other black people in general, but specifically other black people. And if there's any way you can stop that, you should do that. And so I'm like,
cycle.
Like in some way,
it's not like she needs the money.
Right. What is she like? It's like she's just doing it. Like, honestly.
But then the other part of me wants to say, okay, but what if the reason she's doing it is so that if kids are going to be smoking something, at least they're smoking something that is pure and is not going to harm them in any way? Because some of these things that are out there. Like, you think
laced
you're
with
buying
PCP
weed and like it's
and all
laced
this,
with stuff
right?
and like people
Yeah.
are dying from that. So it's, my mind's everywhere, but then at the same time,
Also,
all I can think is
yeah.
just, I wouldn't want to be a part of that. But
Also, she says it's just weed. So for her being the earth goddess, the mother that she is, she might actually look at weed as healing and not as a drug that the system has put into place to like lock up a bunch of black youth for like these simple drug issues.
And
Like,
I'm
it's just
with
weed.
I'm
Like,
with you there. Like I personally don't have that stigma or idea on weed, but reality is that a lot of people do.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, cops and like stuff like that is a reality, and they have a problem with it, and therefore.
Yeah, I mean, I
Don't
get that
be a
she
part
might
of
be
it.
like I wouldn't say she's
I
the
get it.
main part of the problem though, because
No.
a white kid getting pulled over with a joint, that's not going to happen. So I feel like the bigger problem is the justice system.
You are correct there, but
You know what I mean? But she's, I guess, not doing him any favors.
yeah.
So
You're right.
I'll concede a little bit.
I think that we'll find out that kind of messes with her head a little bit too. Maybe it will be a reality check for her because it's her weed that Too Sweet was
that
caught
hurt.
with,
That
and
hurt her a little
then
bit.
he ended up in
She
the
was hurt.
hospital, and
Yeah.
all this stuff is like, man, I played a role in it, and she didn't see that before. So I think now that she sees it, it will change how she does things. But I'm really excited that she is making this a series of exposés right now, because that means there's just going to be more and more. But the last thing Calvin says to her as they're kind of breaking up is, I know now why you picked me, a white married cop. You never wanted a relationship. You just wanted company. And
That's
I was,
real.
And I was like,
I feel that actually.
ooh.
Just want company sometimes.
Sometimes
no.
Nothing serious.
I'm not going to bite on that.
Come on, you can call Melina, because she
Melina, she
needs
ready.
company for you.
Melina is ready.
She is ready. Melina.
But you going to have to book her on her website first.
Okay. All right, I can do that.
Reservations can be made in advance.
Well, before we go there, how do we? I mean, like, are we? I feel kind of bad about Nova and Calvin. Like, before we segue into Melina. And
Do
Charlie.
we?
Do we feel bad for
Do we
this
feel bad for
adulterer?
cheaters?
Yeah. Are we
Do we
feeling
feel bad for
cheaters
them?
now?
I don't know his relationship or his
know.
life, but I know that
Wife and
he
kids.
Yeah.
knows that he has a wife and kid. He knows that he is saying "I love you" to Nova. Nova is aware that he has a wife and kid, so I can't even be like, "Oh, she didn't know, so I give her a pass."
Right.
No, she knows. He knows. They're still doing it. I don't feel bad.
Also,
for
before
cheaters.
people attack, I realized that I can't say I feel bad for Calvin and then be mad at Davis. So I take it back because I don't want anyone. I get it. I already know that that's coming. You're right.
Yeah.
I look at
I
comparing
mean, it's
the two.
sad to see
You're right.
people
You're right.
hurting.
It is.
You know,
It is.
but he
but
cheated, so.
He did cheat, and I mean, hey, and I mean, I guess at
And she
least
played an active role in it.
yeah, she knew she was
Like,
there.
that's my thing. If
I mean,
it's
Nova,
one
you're
thing
still
to,
my
like-
girl, but-
yeah, like you're still my
still
girl,
rocking with you,
and I'm
but-
not here to judge. I'm
No,
just
yeah,
saying, like, do I think it's cool? No.
You
I have
never-
friends who have. I have friends.
You have
who,
friends.
I have friends.
You have
Yes,
friends.
I do
Okay.
have friends.
I have friends. who
Outside
have-
of here.
No, I meant
But
like.
No, he
this
said
is-
like,
this
No,
is
I
my
have friends who
friend's
have
story.
had relationships with married guys
People,
before,
yeah.
or people who were in long-term relationships before, and every time they wanted to come to me and open up, I'm like, "You're aware that he has
Yeah.
someone else.
Nope.
I do not feel bad for you right now.
Okay.
Well, yeah, do
I
your
feel
thing,
bad for the
but
girl who
nope.
has no idea what's going on in her relationship right now.
Sure.
And when it all comes out,
Yeah.
I'll be here for you because you're my friend, so I'm not judging you and you're my friend, but I also don't agree with what you're doing.
you made the
So
bed.
So I can't get into
You
like
made the
your
bed.
emotions right
Yeah.
now. Okay.
yeah, that's why I'm a bad girlfriend.
No.
No,
Like,
not in
you're-
that situation.
like,
You made
I'm
the
a-
bed.
Yeah, but like girls,
You
it's
can't
like, oh
condone
yeah, support each other. I'm like, I tell it like it is.
You're supporting the wife
Yeah.
in that situation.
Yeah, because I would never want to be the wife in that situation who didn't know and had friends just not telling me stuff. Anyways, too
Getting
personal.
personal.
Yeah,
for you.
Too personal in this
We
bitch.
jumped in there.
All right, let's talk about Charley.
Yeah, my
Charlie.
Charlie.
I do like Charlie. I love Charlie.
I
She's
like
growing on
Charlie
me.
and I like Remy and I like Charlie and Remy
Remy.
together.
I do. I love them, but much. I know I hate
That's
to be
a
the
high yellow
bearer of bad.
couple right
That is
there.
100% a high yellow couple.
They should own that restaurant.
I took this note because Remy is so sweet. He literally had her eating out of the palm of his hand today. Like he goes, the sugar's
Nice.
sweet, and
Good
like it's
one.
holding
No, the
up
dirt. He said the dirt. You gotta eat the
You're
dirt.
Right. And
Taste
she
it.
literally was
think that was
eating
a
out of his
metaphor.
hand, and then he stopped. I'm like, to me, I just was like, he is too perfect. He's too nice. where's the poo?
It's not her brother.
I mean,
It's not her
Are we
brother.
still,
Like,
still on this?
he's
you
still
guys
on
brought it
that.
up this time.
You mentioned that last
I
week.
was
didn't
gonna
you?
save it for the prediction though, because every week when we get to the, I
is her
still
brother.
think Remy is her
Just saying.
brother.
It's not
I'm just saying,
it.
regardless, although that is probably the truth, what is his problem? Because but whenever someone's this perfect in TV, something is
Maybe
around
he's just
the corner.
the good guy for her.
Nope.
I think she's got enough problems going on. Maybe she needs someone good.
I honestly do, because I honestly do like them. I really do. But I'm just saying, TV doesn't work that way. You
There's
guys
a
know TV
reason
doesn't
why
work that
he
way.
doesn't want to run the farm.
Ooh.
There's a reason behind him getting other people to come in and him not just taking the position himself. So I do think that
There's something there.
there is a secret with Remy,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not that he's related to her.
Well, maybe it's just because he's
And
got,
maybe it's not something bad. Maybe he bankrupted his own farm or something. And
or he has his own stuff to. He has another job. Like he can't just drop everything to come take over another farm.
I'm just.
So-
I mean, I'm just saying, like, you guys, you think he's just gonna be all hunky dory the whole time and just keep doing adorable things. All right, well, y'all, you guys live.
he's a southern gentleman.
Oh, well, all
That's
right,
how they
well.
are in the
Why
South.
can't you let us live in this happiness?
Please do. Well, I'll be down here
Southern
in
gentleman.
reality.
Sick, man. You're sick.
No.
You guys can stay up there. I'll be in
Nope,
reality.
nope,
I'm
nope.
waiting for you all to join me.
All
Okay,
right, so let's
but no, yes, we can
let's
have
talk
Instagram.
about this auction that they go to, because we
Right.
got Mr.
Sam.
the prosperous
Prosper.
guy who I love him. He's so old school. He was like, "Are you texting? Because I can
Go back to my
I can
fishing
go back to
line."
my fishing line."
I'm
talking to?
I'm taking notes. You're the only person I'm talking to. But
That's
he's
so
trying to
something.
give her
Yeah.
advice at the auction, and she's being
Not
stubborn.
Yeah,
We
she
got
doesn't listen. Her
Mr.
pride.
What's his face? I wrote his name down.
Sam
Landry.
Sam
Landry.
Landry.
That piece of
He's
shit.
oh my god, we got not too many of your kind around here.
Yeah, he was offensive in all sorts of
Sexist,
First of all, he was
racist.
like, "Hey, ain't no women here," and then he looks at the black people and goes, "Ain't many of y'all here either."
Wow,
Y'all
thank
Negroes.
you.
Very
What y'all
good.
doing?
Yeah, like get out. He was such a jerk.
Such a jerk.
no, I was
But
not
he
into it.
did
like,
exactly. He played her.
did. He got in her head.
exactly how he wanted to.
He got in
Like
her
we
head.
all
Let it
saw
happen.
that. Like, how are you so smart, Charlie? But you can't see what he's doing. He's
Yeah.
playing
It's
you for
her
a
pride.
fool.
Her pride
All of
definitely
the-
got in the way this
When
week.
you listen to the auction, all of the prizes, all of the not prizes, the
items,
tractors
yeah,
and
tractors.
equipment.
sold for 200 here, or,
Not
whatever.
even that
110
much,
here,
really. I think they were
30
all
Well,
like
I was
under.
like, yeah, like they were all pretty high though.
Yeah,
Most of the
they
ones were
were
high that we showed.
expensive. Yes.
The cheapest one was the one that was Yo Daddy's that you didn't want to buy in the
Didn't
first
even.
place. Sold for $35.
Yeah.
It was the quickest thing,
could've
and
just
it's
done
like,
it and been over
hey,
it.
could have just got that like Ralph Angel said and been
know.
done.
Ralph Angel
Because
was
you don't
right
need
for
top of the
once.
line right now for this season. You're just trying to save the farm.
Exactly.
Keep it alive for this season. So you don't need a brand newish
tractor for
or
what?
tractor or
I
anything
mean,
like
she's
that.
very prideful,
She
as we
is.
see the whole thing with Melina, the whole thing with the auction. She's a woman of pride, and she doesn't like to lose face. So it kind of bit her in the end. But thankfully for Remy,
Yeah,
he,
good old Remy.
he saves
All
the
right.
day.
Remy,
He
Remy,
did. Remy got a
Remy.
friend who's this mystery friend. Curious. This mystery friend, but I'm sorry, I'm trying to bring y'all down to reality. I'm just saying that this mystery
Okay.
friend bought this tractor, and
It's
so,
not a mystery. It's
Nope,
just not.
It is a mystery friend. We
How's
don't know
it-
who it is.
She's gonna know who bought the tractor when she
He's
picks
gonna
up the
say
tractor.
Bob bought the tractor. She's gonna be who Bob?
Right.
So are we. So
I
it-
want to. Okay, guys, fine. I'll let it go for now. I'll let it simmer.
I'm watching
Settle
you.
down.
Over
At any
here.
rate, so
you
yes.
better leave Remy alone.
I like
You
them.
see
I'm
this
just-
pin? You see this finger? Leave Remy alone.
Leave Remy alone. No, so also with Charley News, speaking of Melina is the mistress, and she
Yes.
went and visited. That was the first thing we saw this episode. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
she went and visited Melina. That is bold to me. I don't know if I could visit someone's mistress. Like, you could. This seems like you were sipping tea, and I was like,
I was just parched.
Just a little thirsty is all.
Just a little
I was like,
Been
oh
talking
my gosh.
for 30 minutes here.
No, so I don't know. I just feel like, to me, I don't think going to see her was a good idea.
But after
I respect
seeing
that.
Melina and Melina giving her opinions and everything, where do you stand on the husband?
Oh, I still think Davis did
did he
it.
do it? Do you believe Melina? Do you believe what's his face? What is
Davis,
his name?
her husband Davis.
Well, now she seems like a gold digger. I want $3 million.
Nah.
No.
Not
I
just
mean,
$3 million. I want $3 million, a
and a
face to face,
meeting. I want
and
a
an admission of guilt.
And that's the thing, I feel
She
like
said
to,
that?
yeah,
Yeah.
she
Admission
said,
of guilt?
to me, I feel like
Said
that
he had to
was
confess
just a
what he
number.
did.
Okay.
I think she was just throwing out a number. To me, I feel like that was all just like, you know what, fine. I'm just gonna say a number because that's what you want me to do. but I'm not letting this go. And to me, I just feel like Davis is fighting it too hard, and I don't think she's lying. Something happened, something nefarious happened. I don't feel like it was just like, oh, we paid for this. So I don't know.
I know I'm gonna get like a lot of hate tweets from people out there, but I really think she was a prostitute, and she not that prostitutes like. Okay, let me be careful here. Okay. No one she's lying. Yes, I think she's lying. No one, no matter your profession, if you're an escort, no one deserves to be raped. Obviously, clearly it's wrong and effed up if he did that. I don't think he did it, and I think she's a liar. Not because she is a prostitute and escort, it doesn't help, but I just don't buy her story. And the fact that she asked for $3 million for her faces, I think she wants like some notoriety out of this. Like she wants to drag his name through the mud. She wants to become like one of these people that are in the tabloids and shit. Like I just don't buy her. She looks shady. Like just looking at her, she just doesn't give me good vibes. And so that's just I just don't buy it. I was
very surprised by how well she lived and how poised and put together she was, because we don't know anything about her up to here, and all we're hearing is prostitute. So all you're thinking in your mind is gold digger, gold digger, gold digger, and then you meet her and it's like,
she seems kind of normal.
Doesn't seem like she needs the money for this. She also, in my opinion, only asked for $3 million.
Also true. No, I mean,
like,
but
$3 million is a lot of money, but it's also not a lot of money.
Not if you're a star NBA player. No, it's not.
Yeah, like it's not over the top. She didn't ask for 10 mil.
Yeah.
She asked for 3. So I don't know what I feel like. There's a long game here because she also looked like she was looking at someone off camera.
Yeah.
It seems a little shady in her mentality, and I still don't know who to believe, because I feel like they're both still holding back. There's a reason why she wants to sit down in a room with him. Right. And pull something out. To pull something out, or maybe she's going to be taping it and like selling it later. Like TMZ stuff. I don't know, but there's still something about both of their stories that do not add up on either side. So that's why I'm just going to not say.
Yeah. And people were saying, well, he picked up this chick and she was like passed out. I don't know if she was passed out. Maybe she was just being drunk and being like, oh, just like leaning over on his body. Like, I don't know if she was passed out. So the evidence isn't all clear in there. And so I just don't believe her.
To me, I'm just like, at the end of the day, when has extortion ever worked? That's not going to work. So,
and even when you pay him off, like, it still comes out. It comes out that you paid him up to be quiet, like, and then you look guilty.
Even if you aren't.
And if I'm Davis and I really did not do this, I'm not paying.
He didn't want to. He didn't want to.
Like,
it's all Charley because of her pride.
It's all Charley because of her pride.
She wants to save face. That's true.
But I also think that paying people off just makes you look guilty. Yeah. No matter what.
Always.
No matter what. And
also, so speaking of Charley, bringing her back into this. So when she paid for this tractor, they are like, oh, can you afford that? So I'm like, Charley plus this farm money plus paying off Melina equals broke. And I'm like, how?
The lawyer just said that, there's a rape kit. There is a rape kit. This is now a criminal case that could lead into one of the ones where, like, if she wins, she could then take everything, like, go to the other court and sue your asses. So the lawyer's like, you need to liquidate, sell everything that's not necessary so that you don't lose everything. So it's just a really...
I think this
not good time to be
real bad
in that family. And poor Micah is, he's still dealing with his penis gate from last week that wasn't even his penis.
And he just let
allegedly his penis was texted. Allegedly.
Snapchat, man. It's all
about
Snapchat.
I don't need to go to therapy. I don't have feelings, Mom. I don't have any feelings.
Then that's why you going to therapy.
You need to talk about that.
We need to talk about the fact that you don't have no feelings right now. I'm sorry.
Buddy.
He's a teenager. Like... No, he's just being a teenager.
I don't want to eat dinner, Dad.
Yeah, all teenagers are so dramatic. And I'm like, it's the end of the world.
But doesn't he kind of have a right to
He definitely deserves it.
His dad's scandal, his grandpa died.
His scandal.
His scandal, his girlfriend's cheating on him.
If anyone should be dramatic, it's Micah.
So last week, didn't he get...
Yeah, that confused me too.
...expelled from the school, and then this week they started off by saying he was going on an interview for a school, but then he told his mom, I can't go back to school because Stella's everywhere.
Right. Wait, but you can't go. You just can't go back to school.
I thought you were...
You can't go. Like, not even Stella has nothing to do with it. I'm like, this makes no sense. Yeah. I'm curious, because I could have sworn he was done.
I thought he was, like, done, but then, if it had been me and my mama would have been marched right back in there and be like,
Exactly.
that ain't even my son's penis.
Put on your pants.
Second of all, why you looking at it? That is child pornography. So
Right.
now I'm gonna sue you because you looking at child porn. Just so many things
It threw
that
me
could
off.
on.
It threw me off.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not sure
you
about
know,
that.
good news is that they're gonna move. He's
They
getting
are,
a fresh
yeah.
start.
You said that, I think maybe the first episode.
Yeah.
You said they're
they
on
need
the-
a
I did.
reason to be.
In
They needed a reason
Louisiana.
to go
That
out
was
to
very stupid,
Louisiana.
dude.
Thank you.
Yes, you're
It's
welcome.
not my first rodeo here.
You're a pro.
Yeah, I'm a pro.
That is
These-
why you're leading.
These prediction games, man. Boom. What? A show based in Louisiana? You can't have half the cast in LA. You gotta
not gonna
bring them all
work.
here.
Deductive reasoning, folks.
Speaking of
Context
prediction,
clues.
is it about that time? Is it
Yes,
about that
it
time?
is about time for some predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Do you have a prediction
many
to
of
start
my
with? Because you were so
I
eager
do.
to get there.
I was so eager about it. I need to find my prediction. Where
Oh, you can't
what-
even remember
I know.
your
I can't-
prediction?
oh no,
It's
no,
not
I
a
do.
good thing.
Ain't real.
Stop. Pause. I feel like Melina was not raped. I think she's in on it with the lawyer. Part of me, because when she was looking off camera, I'm like, she was clearly looking at somebody, and the lawyer's like, well, make sure you start. I'm like, my sources say blah 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 blah.
Ooh,
I
shady
think the
lawyer.
lawyer is involved. I don't know why.
I like that
but just
prediction.
something about that. I'm like, some don't
Is
seem
it
right.
the lawyer or is she with the other guys to try and get him in
Oh,
trouble?
see, I didn't even think about the other basketball players. That's
Because
possible.
remember, they're all like
They're trying to get off of him.
They're
getting
all
on
like
him, too.
distancing themselves
I
from
think
Davis.
we could be in
and
agreement that she's definitely in collusion with someone.
Someone,
Right.
Mhm.
She's
I
not
just think it's the
doing
lawyer.
this solo.
I don't know why. I feel like because it would benefit the lawyer to like get a settlement so she gets a cut of it, and then that way Melina would get a cut of it, and then they can split the divide and conquer. I feel like it makes sense.
She
for
does
them
seem
to
a
be
little
involved.
shady, the lawyer.
Yeah, just something about her doesn't seem right to me. So I feel like they're
I
involved.
love that actress though. She was on Nip Tuck. Did you guys watch that?
I didn't.
No.
I know what it is, but I didn't.
She was great on that show.
Good.
Side story.
I know it's okay. So that's my prediction. I don't know.
you
Anyone
have
else?
one?
Well, since so many of my predictions have already started to come to fruition, I feel
Oh,
like
you think you
excuse
smart or something
right,
over there?
Raven. You
I is
Mr. Big
small.
Shot over here?
I
Okay.
is smart. Well, I
You is smart.
called the Nova Calvin thing the whole, and I even like shouted out Chandra Bland, like the whole too sweet correlation. I was like, there's something that's going down in that jail that sort of came true. So I feel
Okay.
like I've just been pretty on the money. I don't know.
So are you gonna?
So you're just saying you don't need
So
to
you're
say
saying
anything.
you're
I'm
not
gonna
to
say I've
predict
been like
anything else?
so stellar with my predictions. I'm just gonna like let you guys try
Done.
and come to my level maybe.
I don't
with
have
your
a real
prediction game.
prediction, but I'm just gonna say this for shock factor and because I don't believe it.
What?
But if there's something wrong with I'm gonna
Remy-
rephrase.
Are Remy and Charley?
If
Stop.
Remy has a secret, then it's that he's gay.
Oh.
Speaking of,
Whoa, pause.
okay.
Wait, no, legitimately. That's a good one.
I know.
This mystery friend is his man.
If there is a secret to
Wow.
Remy, that's what it is. But I still don't believe it because I think him and Charlie are really cute together. And I really like
Yeah,
them.
because they're
to be
BFFs.
real
No,
for
they're
them.
BFFs. It makes so much
They're
sense.
BFFs.
Wow.
Well-
Oh my god, you blew my mind.
That was kind of like a good segue for the Nova not bombshell.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was like a nice little moment. Her,
Oh, I thought.
Oh,
that-
her-
her college
lesbian
phase.
Her
phase.
lesbian.
Everybody has those slutty college days. It's okay.
Was it
I
like a
mean-
relationship or was it just like, oh,
It's
we're gonna
okay.
kiss to get some attention right
Why
now
not?
and maybe a shot?
well, the fact that she asked if it was a boy or a girl, I feel like there's something
That's
a
true.
little heavier.
That would make sense.
So maybe like it'll be like a
What?
future love triangle or something. I don't know.
I feel like why? I feel like that would be just doing it for the sake of doing it. But I mean, we'll see.
You think it was just
Eh.
a throwaway,
I feel like
throwaway
her-
moment in the
I
I
don't
feel like it
think-
was just like a funny part of the conversation because that whole conversation was
it was
awkward.
hilarious.
Yeah.
It was like awkward moments with your family. So I feel like I don't know, but that would be me. But the Remy being gay thing, that would be a good twist. That would be a good.
I feel like it would be a good twist.
It would be. I'm like, oh, okay.
I have a prediction, but it's not really that.
Oh, Mister, I'm too good to
yeah.
give a prediction because all my shit comes true wants to
Please
talk
enlighten
now.
us.
Never mind.
Please,
I didn't
no,
realize.
please.
No, it's not
Please.
even a-
I'm rolling out the red carpet for you now, please, sir. You have our
I'm
undivided
not
attention.
even going out on a limb. It's just that Ralph Angel is just such. Can I say a fuck up? He's such a fuck up.
Poor thing. You think he'll get arrested?
Yeah, he's definitely getting
Well, yeah.
arrested.
I think that.
I mean, that's why I'm saying it's not even a prediction because it's gonna
Y'all
happen.
y'all leave Ralph Angel alone. I'm gonna sit
I'm
here and
rooting for
defend
you,
him
brother.
like
my
I
young
always
brother. I'm
do.
rooting for you, but
He like my baby brother.
you gotta do better.
Also, where's Raina and Darla? Like, I feel like they set up Ralph Angel's love, and then just we've kind of forgotten.
We
about
saw
it.
her for a second last week, Darla.
Did we? I don't remember. What did she do?
Didn't we see her? For
I feel like that was 2 weeks ago.
Or was that 2 weeks
I feel
ago?
like we haven't seen Darla or Raina in 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, the show's not about them.
I mean, you're right. Sorry.
The
I
show's
forgot.
about the siblings.
So true. But I'm just saying, they set them up, and I'm wondering when they'll
She'll
come
be
into
back.
play. How they'll come into play. Do you think, another prediction here. What if Darla, Ralph is going to get arrested? I feel like that's clearly going to happen. So do you think, who's going to get Blue? Because somebody has to take him, and you think Darla's going to get custody, or we think that Darla's not?
Well, I don't think that Ralph Angel's going to get arrested, so I don't
Oh.
think this is going to be a factor for anyone.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Just shut my shit down. Okay.
I'm choosing to believe in Ralph Angel.
I
You guys can be negative Nancy's over there, but I believe in
I'm
him.
real. I'm a realist. Look at the evidence.
And I live in my fairy tales in the
Okay.
clouds,
Have
so
fun.
I'm going to stay there.
when you come down, we'll
Just
be in your
recognize
way.
I've been smoking with Nova, so I ain't coming down anytime soon.
I would love to join you, Nova, sometime. Please invite me down to the bayou.
That is so funny.
Well,
can
thank
roll
you guys so
great.
much for joining our silly conversation tonight. I hope you guys had as much fun as we did. Where can the good people find you guys to talk about Queen Sugar for the rest of the week?
You can find me on Twitter at Ryann with 2 N's Graham, and on Instagram at Instagram.
And you can follow me at On With Omari on Twitter and IG. Please continue to send us your feedback on Twitter, YouTube. Like, we love interacting with you guys.
Yes, and you can find me at the Tiona Hobson, Twitter and Instagram. And make sure you check out all the shows that AfterBuzz TV puts on every week. We do so many, and Fall TV is back!
Yeah!
So there's so many shows that you guys can watch and listen to, and find all of us on AfterBuzz TV everywhere on social media. And yeah, send us your love. Let us know what you like about our show. Rate us on iTunes, please. We're a new show, so please give us that 5-star rating, and make sure
Retweet the link.
Yeah, retweet the link.
Yes.
Tell a friend. We love you, and we'll see you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.